Let's be honest about something. Most marriages, they don't end because of one huge blow up. They fall apart slowly because of small repeated habits that seem harmless at first, little things that over time eat away at both trust, the connection, and love. And here's the thing, most men don't even realize that they're doing them. So if you're watching this and you're a husband who wants to keep your marriage strong, I want you to hear me. One, you're in good company. Two, this is not about blame. And three, it is about awareness, because awareness is where every single change starts, and it's what changes everything. So let's get into it. The 13 daily habits that quietly destroy your connection with your wife and how you can start breaking them today. I'm Danka. I've been married 19 years and I've been working with couples in my practice for the last 13 years. Number 7 might be the most common. You tell me. Number 11 is probably the most surprising one for couples when we talk about it. So stick around to find out and let me know if you agree. Number 1, stop correcting your wife's story. You think you're clarifying the details. I know you do. But what she hears is, you're wrong, that's not the truth, stop lying. Every time that you interrupt her with, but that's not what happened, or that's not how it went down, or saying something like, you're remembering it wrong, especially when you do it in public, in front of other people that she respects and cares about, you end up chipping away at emotional safety. Now, this might not come as a surprise, but this happens a lot with the analytical types. And I would know, I have seen a bunch of them in my practice, and I happen to be married to one of them. It's the engineers, the lawyers, the guys who need precision. When you treat your wife's story like it's a science project, in the end, you're telling her that your reality matters more than hers. Let her have her story. Let her have her reality. You don't have to agree on every single fact to honor her experience. Love, it doesn't require accuracy. What it does require is you being able to listen to your wife and listen with empathy. Are you guilty of this one? Number 2, you have your priorities set and you're unwilling to move them. If you want to know what matters to you, look at your calendar. What is it that happens come hell or high water? Your Thursday night gaming group, your weekly basketball league, tea time every Saturday, happy hour with your coworkers? What is it? None of those are bad until they become untouchable, because every recurring block on your schedule says something about who comes first to your wife. And when your wife keeps falling into slot number 8 or 9 or 11, she will notice. You can tell her she's your priority all day long, but if your time doesn't match your words, if what you're doing doesn't match what she hears you say, she doesn't feel it. So make it match. Let your calendar be the proof of your love for her that she needs. What do you need to adjust? Let me know in the comments below. Number 3, showing no respect in small daily moments. Here's what I mean. Picture this. You're sitting down, eating dinner, she's talking to you, your phone buzzes in your pocket, and without a word, you pick it up and you walk off. Later, when she says to you, hey, that felt disrespectful, you immediately go to defend mode. Oh, but that was my mom, or oh, but that was urgent. But your reason doesn't undo the impact. Even back when phones hung on the wall and everyone inside could hear it ringing, and I know I'm dating myself, people said, excuse me, we're in the middle of dinner, I'll call you back when we're done. That pause, that decision, that tiny act of respect told everyone in the room and the person on the phone who and what mattered most. Today, too many husbands don't even look up. Respect isn't about the call itself or the disruption. It's about what you end up doing next. Number 4, here but not present. So you're home from work physically, you're sitting at the dining room table, but your head, it's still with your coworkers, with your group text, with your emails, with your fantasy league. You say, I'm not working, and maybe that's true, but you're still emotionally tethered to the world that already got your best all day. Your wife doesn't just want you in the room, she wants you with her. So you got to know this. Presence isn't about location, it's about attention. So the next time when you're home, be home. Actually be present. Number 5, it's never good enough. Number 5, it's never good enough. You keep saying, no matter what I do, it's never good enough. But maybe, just maybe, have you ever considered that it's actually not? Maybe when she said her birthday mattered, and she's been saying that for years, you still ended up only sending a quick text message at 5:25 p.m. instead of a plan. Maybe when she asked for a time together, you ended up filling your day anyway and giving her your last 5 minutes before bed. Trying doesn't meet the minimum effort. Sometimes it means taking ownership and realizing, yeah, I didn't show up the way I could have. I've said it a million times, it's not about perfection, it is about intention. And sometimes it's seeing that not good enough really isn't good enough. Because when you do, you can stop feeling bad for yourself and step it up a notch for real, and making everyone better in the process. Number 6, checking out emotionally. When things get hard, do you go silent? And at the same time, are you saying to yourself, but I'm just doing this to avoid a fight? What she feels is abandonment. Your calm looks like carelessness to her. I know, don't shoot the messenger. Your withdrawal in those moments says you're not worth my engagement. Now, you can take some space if you need it. Just don't disappear. Accompany it with some version of this. I need 10 minutes to cool down, but I'll come back to finish this. I know this is important. That one sentence can save your marriage more than any argument ever could. Number 7, oh, this one is the most common. Dismissing her feelings. Here's what it sounds like. Oh my gosh, you're overreacting again. Oh, you're too sensitive. You're making a big deal out of nothing again. Every time you say that, what she hears is your emotions make me uncomfortable, so I'm going to do everything in my power to minimize them. You don't have to agree to validate. Try just saying, oh, I can see that bothered you. Just try that on next time. That one line does more trust building than a dozen logical explanations ever will. Number 8, defaulting to distraction instead of engagement. So you're home, but the TV is on and blaring. Your phone is in your hand, you're scrolling, you're playing a game, you're doing the Wordle for the day, you're zoning out. You talk about bills, you cover logistics, you chat about the kids, but you don't cover your actual life, not your dreams, not the connection between the two of you or the lack thereof. You stopped asking questions. You've stopped seeing her. If you would like to change that, you can start with 5 minutes a day. Ask her, how are you really doing? How are we doing? And then just listen, like it's your job, like your life depends on it, like it matters, because it does. Number 9, expecting sex without connection. Number 9, expecting sex without connection. You can't withdraw all week. You can't be MIA, stay emotionally distant, and then reach out Friday night expecting instant connection. For women, generally speaking, I'm sure there's an exception or two, intimacy starts long before the bedroom. It's the way that you look at her. It's the way that you listen to what she has to say. It's the way that you make her feel emotionally safe. The way that you open up during a 45-minute walk after dinner that you didn't invite anybody else to. Foreplay starts with that conversation. It starts with kindness. That is foreplay. I just said it to a couple in my office and the husband laughed out loud. So I just said, I'm not kidding. That is foreplay. It's those small, frequent deposits of connection. There are books written about this. Sex starts in the kitchen. Sex starts in the morning. Go look them up. You cannot skip the heart work and expect all the fireworks in the bedroom. Number 10, not owning your mistakes or repairing after conflict. Are you guilty of this one? Drop a yes in the comments if you're brave. So you messed up. That's all right. It happens. We're all human. We all do. The $1,000,000 question is, do you own it afterwards or do you end up defending yourself? I didn't mean to is not an apology. I am sorry that you feel that way is also not one. It's not my fault, that's what you made up about it, isn't either. This, on the other hand, is, I am sorry that I hurt you, and I want to make this right. Conflict in and of itself doesn't kill marriages. Conflict happens because we're in relationships with other people. There's no way around that. Conflict is not the problem. Pride, on the other hand, is. So is stubbornness. Strong and healthy marriages are not built on conflict-free platforms. They're built on repair after the imperfect moments happen. Number 11, stop comparing your wife to other women. I don't know how this happens in your marriage. Maybe this happens in a quiet way, but you notice a coworker's drive or a friend's energy, another woman's confidence, or maybe their style catches your eye. And you start thinking to yourself, why can't my wife be more like that? But here's what you forget. Every woman that you admire from the distance is someone else's full-time reality. And she is not perfect either. You just don't see behind the scenes. There's no woman who has it all. So when you keep putting someone else on a pedestal, you're telling your wife she's not enough. And that is one of the quickest ways to make her stop trying. Start noticing what is exceptional about your wife. There's a long list if you sat down long enough to write it all out. You know how I know? I periodically assign this as homework to my couples, and I do it with them. Because there's a reason that you married her. Reasons, plural. So do yourself a favor and stop praising other women during happy hour and start speaking life into the woman who's waiting for you at home. Number 12, outsourcing validation instead of investing it at home. All right, you're not cheating, but maybe you are emotionally leaking. That coworker who laughs at your jokes, that one. Or that gym friend who always gives you compliments left and right. That online connection from 20 years ago who gives you attention that your wife hasn't given you lately. You tell yourself that it's harmless, but you and I both know that it's not. Every bit of energy that you pour outward is energy that you're taking away from your marriage. The more that you invest emotionally elsewhere, the more foreign your own home starts to feel. If you crave admiration, start earning it where it counts the most, at home. The validation that you give away freely is the same connection that your marriage is starving for. You can start feeding your marriage again. Number 13, minimizing her stress instead of carrying some of it. So your wife tells you she's overwhelmed, and instead of helping, more often than not, if you're honest with yourself, you just kind of downplay it. It's not that bad, you just need to relax. But she doesn't want that. It's not helpful. She doesn't even want the fix half the time. What she wants is a partner. She wants to know that you see her. She wants to know that she's not carrying everything alone. You don't have to have all the answers all the time. Sometimes the most powerful words are, what can I do to help? Or if both of you are coming back after full days of work, hey, let's tag team this together, shall we? That's what partnership looks like in real life. That's what she's missing and asking for. Here's the reality. Every man watching this has done at least one of these, maybe even more. That doesn't make you a bad husband. It makes you human. But awareness, it's where everything starts. Because the same places that are breaking your connection down can become the exact places you rebuild it. One moment of humility, one repaired conversation, one small shift in awareness. That's how change begins. So pick one, change one. And remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. Now, if you'd like to pick up and learn some of those missing tools, I want to invite you to watch this video next. I talk about when not to talk to your wife and why. It's the first thing that you gotta get right for any of this to make any difference. So if that's something you would like to get better at in your own marriage, go get your wife, click that link, and the two of you watch it together. Thank you for liking and sharing this video, and I'll see you in there.